Hi, we're here with former White House correspondent Ken Bazinet. How are you doing today?
Very well, thank you. How about yourself?
Wonderful. So, tell me a little bit about your history.
Well, I'm somebody who has been committed to the legalization movement. Well, probably not originally cognizant of it, but dating back to age 14. I was a career journalist, stepped out for a short period of time and ran political campaigns. And now I'm basically just a strategic communications and planning and forecasting person, primarily for the cannabis industry.
So what inspired you to get involved in the cannabis industry?
I think more than anything else, criminal justice reform is the first and foremost issue for me.
There's a definite need for that.
It's a nonviolent crime. People get put away. I think that we can easily produce enough statistics to show that it's a kind of crime that's used for racial profiling as well. And, you know, it goes without saying that it costs an awful lot of tax dollars, about $33,000 per inmate. So when you think about, you know, some 18-year-old kid being incarcerated for getting high, it doesn't make a lot of sense. So first and foremost, that issue is what I think pulled me in spiritually and, you know, to take action as much as anything else. And then a close second would be, I would like to see conclusive research done to determine whether or not this plant has serious healing properties. As you and I are both well aware, for several people, it has shown amazing results, but it's time for us, I think it's time for our government to allow us to get into the laboratory.
We need to study the endocannabinoid system.
That's it, man.
That's very important.
Yep, absolutely.
So what exactly do you do?
Well, what I basically do more than anything else is, like for this event, for instance, aside from speaking here in a few minutes, I did most of the press and publicity for them. I also built some relationships with their media partners and that sort of thing. I do an awful lot of business development. I try to put investors and entrepreneurs in the same room. And then I consider myself and others as well to be a policy expert on this. So I write an awful lot of policy white papers for people so that they can be as intelligent, as informed as they possibly can be.
Information is very important in this industry. It's challenging the stigma.
The more we educate the American people, the more that people who will never touch the plant, never buy an edible, ingest an edible, use a topical, they won't touch any of it, but they understand that, you know what? The argument on the criminal justice reform makes perfect sense. And yeah, let's figure out whether or not this plant can do some amazing things for everything from cancer to Alzheimer's. We were talking before the interview, 20 years of my career was as a White House correspondent for United Press International, the New York Daily News, and then Kiplinger at the end of it. So I've covered the last three presidents. I did Obama right up until 2012. I began with Clinton. And I've seen this amazing sort of genesis to get us where we're at right now. I think it's safe to say that we have our best friend ever in the White House, but even his hands are tied. You know, so it's it just seems to me that, you know, thanks to the voters of Washington, D.C., we're in a position now where we can sit at the table and make a legitimate argument for why our elected officials need to get away from that disastrous and failed war on drugs and begin to realize that, you know what, not only is it not a Schedule I drug, but it may very well be something that belongs on the shelves of a pharmacy.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.